Hello, today we're talking about the schedule release for the Cleveland Browns. We're getting prepared and getting excited about the Browns' opportunity to have a lot of primetime games. It used to be that teams were limited to 5 primetime games, but with the addition of the extra game and with the addition to flex scheduling, we can see anywhere for 6 to 7 primetime games for a team.
And that's a lot to say because the Browns are one of the most talented rosters in the league this year, and a lot of teams are. I mean, a lot of people are probably wanting to see them. I don't remember if it was last year or the year before, but the Browns were having crazy ratings for normal games. That Jets game was a crazy ratings. There's some good games that just really were high. Some people call the Browns the new America's team. It sounds
True.
like a bunch of bandwagon people just jumping on us. But
So we're gonna go over what we think the actual primetime games are going to be, and how many primetime games are going to be. I'm gonna give my opinion. You can give your opinion. Doesn't really matter how we do. So the guesstimation that I have is that Cleveland will have 6 primetime games, which is pretty much the maximum. Not just because they were 11-5 last year, not just because they beat Pittsburgh in the wild card playoff and then they played Kansas City until about the last couple of minutes, but also because of everything that they've done on defense. Cleveland is a team that everybody wants to see, and they have a surplus of talent. And not only do they have a lot of good talent, but they're actually really deep. So some of the games that they play this year that I think is just an automatic primetime game without question. First off, they play Kansas City.
you gotta think that's a primetime game.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely a primetime game. There's no question for me that we're going to see a primetime game between Kansas City and Cleveland. Patrick Mahomes and Baker Mayfield, the two teams that I think a lot of people will predict will be in the AFC Championship game. Another game I think we'll see is Pittsburgh primetime game. Now, my guess is that people are kind of on the fence on whether Pittsburgh will be good this year or not, regardless of the fact that they've been very consistent every single year. So I think that primetime game will be the earlier primetime game. And as you know, Cleveland usually opens up with Pittsburgh almost every year, and they usually end with Pittsburgh. So if they do open, I expect that primetime game to be the very first game. And I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Cleveland get a special game. For instance, maybe the first game of the season, or maybe even a Thanksgiving game.
I think the Browns will also have a lot of primetime games. 6 sounds about right to me as well. I could see 7. They're just a real popular team this year. I don't see them having a primetime game with the Steelers though, just because I'm also on the fence with the Steelers being a good team this year. I think Baltimore is definitely a much more likely option for a primetime game. The Arizona Cardinals at the end of the season, that could be a primetime game I could see. Just because it's just a lot more to see there.
Yeah, 2 playoff teams.
Yeah, 2 playoff teams. Not only that, but 2 former Oklahoma quarterbacks, and there's always that rivalry. So I think those are some of the games that we'll see this year.
Now I think also I think there's if Aaron Rodgers is playing in Green Bay, so I don't know if that will be decided this week because it looks like if Aaron Rodgers does get traded, it won't happen until after June 1st when there is some huge surplus of his contract that won't be counted against Green Bay. So I see Green Bay as an opportunity for a primetime game. I also see Minnesota. Stefanski goes up against Minnesota, the team that he used to be offensive coordinator for. That's a good possibility for a primetime game.
Nothing else to say.
Okay. So all in all, I think that we'll see 6. Kansas City, I think they'll be Baltimore. I know you don't think Pittsburgh, but I think Pittsburgh, they will definitely get a primetime game. I mean, we forget that they went 11-0, 12-0?
They went 11-5 last year. I think?
No, how did they start this season?
Oh, 11-0, and then
And then the bottom dropped out. But I think that's definitely going to be a primetime game. I think Green Bay, I think Minnesota could be a primetime game. And then Arizona possibly Chicago, who was an outside playoff team, could be a primetime game. Cincinnati, they're going to need a primetime game. I mean, Burrow, we're going to see some Thursday night. Hopefully we see a special, maybe a Thanksgiving game or the first game of the season is what I really hope for. Seeing that we do actually play New England, that's a perfect opportunity for a primetime game.
I don't see the Thanksgiving game either, just because like it's so consistent who they pick every year. There's already that the Lions play every year, right?
The
And
Lions
the
play
Dallas
every year,
Cowboys play every year.
and Dallas play every year.
So,
But
like,
we do play the Lions.
Yeah, but still,
Just saying.
so maybe, yeah, I guess.